Welcome back to Star Wars Nerds Unite, a discussion and review podcast focused on Star Wars. This is episode 163, and I am your host, timvanautreve. Joining me, as always, Josh the Tosh, internet famous Mason.
Hello.
And Jennifer Van Autreve.
Hi.
And also my son, Max. Hi, Max.
No, Max.
No, Max. Max
Okay.
isn't in this
All right,
episode.
got it. So this is Mandalorian Chapter 3 on Disney Plus, titled The Sin. Jen,
Spooky.
break down the sin.
Okay, so it left off where
You don't have to explain where it left off.
Mandalorian has Yoda, baby Yoda. He's flying him back to
Spoilers.
turn him in to get his Beskar steel, whatever. So I was like,
Ingots.
Ingots of Beskar.
wasn't sure, like, is he actually going to go turn in this baby that just saved his life and just walk away? And he did. He did do that. But
I didn't think he was going to turn him in.
You skipped over the foreshadowing.
The foreshadow.
At the very beginning with the ball.
Yes.
The baby was like playing with something on his like dash. Like
It was the gear shift ball on top.
Yeah, he was
This
playing
thing
with
you
it.
can swap out
and
for a skeleton.
the Mandalorian was kind of getting irritated and was like, "That's not a toy," and like took it from him and was just like being really abrupt with him. And
Who lets a baby just walk around the cabin of your interstellar spacecraft?
I don't think he was letting him necessarily. He probably just kept
I think
getting
you just let him.
I don't know.
So I mean, he's not like maternal.
Does anybody else think it was weird that Baby Yoda's he's 50, he's still a baby. We already talked about that, but like
He doesn't need milk or anything.
he uses the Force. He ate a frog.
He ate a whole frog.
And he used the Force like as if he knew how to do it. Doesn't that seem weird?
He doesn't.
How?
He's 50 years old. He's got
He's
to
also
picked
a
up something
baby.
by now.
Disclaimer,
baby.
we don't know if it's Yoda. We just call it Baby
Yeah,
Yoda.
Everybody calls him Baby Yoda.
I think he's learned a lot of things in his 50 years. He's just still
What if it's a she?
a baby.
It doesn't matter.
Could be.
It doesn't matter.
So
I just would prefer to say it.
Okay. Is that his pronoun?
Its pronoun.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I need to practice that.
Anyways, so he drives back to the whatever planet they came from to drop off the baby with the Imperial guy. And the scientist guy comes out and they like take the baby back, and
The client.
the baby kind of like whimpers and is like kind of sad that he's leaving, and he gets his steel, and then he was like, right before he leaves, he's like, okay, so what are you going to do with it? Like he calls it. He's like, what are you going to do with it?
Right.
And then
He doesn't know if it's a boy or girl.
the Imperial guy kind of gives him this lecture like that it's against the code to even be asking, and you're a Mandalorian.
It's not that he's a Mandalorian, it's that he's a bounty hunter.
Right.
The Bounty Hunter
says
Guild
something
apparently
about
has strict policies on
You can never ask.
you can never
anything.
ask what's going to happen.
So he kind of lectures him, and then the Mandalorian just kind of stands there for a minute, and you're not sure what he's going to do, and then he just leaves with his bounty.
So you missed the callback. The big time callback.
I guess so. What?
Do you remember when we were at Celebration and there was all those weirdos running around in orange jumpsuits with ice cream makers?
Mm-mm.
No.
You don't.
Ice cream makers.
Yeah. So there's a thing called the running of Wilro Hood. Wilro Hood's a character in Empire Strikes Back who's running through Bespin carrying this white ice cream maker.
Okay.
And he wears an orange jumpsuit. And so at every celebration, a bunch of people dress up as him and just run because he's hilarious that he exists. So the Beskar is in the same ice cream maker storage container that Wilro Hood had.
That was.
So they finally explained.
Oh, that white thing?
Yeah. They finally explained what he was carrying around. It's not an ice cream maker. It's like a weird fire safe.
Okay.
Portable.
Yeah, you're right. I completely missed that.
You did.
I don't even know how. I didn't think of that straight away. But anyway, he gets his steel and he leaves. he goes back to that like secret armorer woman, and he like gives her like all that steel, and she says like basically you're gonna get like head to toe Bespin, best whatever it's called, Beskar with this, and you'll still have extras. And there's like all these other Mandalorians that start kind of like crowding around him, and it's like they're just trying to like intimidate each other or something. Like they're jealous. Like I don't even know. It was just kind of a weird scene. And then one of them starts picking a fight with him, and they like physically start like fighting each other.
It's because
because he
Beskar
did deal with like
the
because
Empire.
they're from the Empire and whatever.
And the Empire are the ones who purged Mandalore.
Yeah.
Right. And with it, they took the Beskar and they stamped their own little
Yeah.
imperial.
Oh yeah, because there was like they're
insignia
like this
on
was
each.
made in the Empire.
Yeah.
So then the armorer tells them to knock it off, and the Empire's gone, and it's their steel. They got it back, so it doesn't matter how they got it or whatever. So then she makes
That guy. So did you recognize that guy's voice?
No.
He's voiced by who's the producer? Can't think of his name.
Favreau?
What?
Favreau?
Yeah, Jon Favreau.
He's playing him?
Yeah, he voices him. And
He's
his
like
name
the whole creator of the show.
he's the producer, yeah.
He's the writer.
He's the writer and the creator of it.
He writes some episodes. He didn't write this one. He's the producer.
No, he did write this one.
I'm pretty sure
he
he
didn't
didn't
direct it.
He hasn't directed any of them yet.
Yeah, he wrote this one.
I don't think he did.
distinctly remember seeing that.
I'll look
when
it
I
up on
watched
IMDb. But he also voiced Pre Vizsla on the Clone Wars, the cartoon show that you've never watched.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it.
And so this guy, this character, I can't remember the first name, but his last name is also Vizsla,
Cool.
and
That's
it's
cool.
Jon Favreau voicing
That's
it.
a big time callback.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so then
Hold on. So he offers him a signet because
The lady, the
she
forge
asked him
person.
how he got it. Oh, she asked him why his armor was all like beat
Damaged,
up because,
yeah.
and he said that it was from a mudhorn, and so she was gonna give him like a mudhorn signet, and then he said this part was interesting. He said he didn't deserve it because
it wasn't an honorable kill.
Yeah.
because his enemy helped him. And she said, why would your enemy help you? And she's like, he didn't know he was my enemy, and he's talking about a baby. I just thought it was hilarious. Like, he's calling Baby Yoda his enemy. That dumb baby doesn't know he's my enemy. It just was funny. So he gets like this brand new armor, super shiny,
He's looking tight and
super
right.
fancy.
Yep.
And then he goes back into the bar.
She also made him some whistling birds.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. She said, well, you don't get the mudhorn, you get some whistling birds.
No, he had extra Beskar.
Yeah. After left over.
Yeah, I just don't know what that is.
It's as much as we know because it was introduced in the episode and she described it in the episode.
And he used them
In the episode.
I didn't see it. I didn't see him using a bird on anything.
Okay.
It's because it's not a bird.
Yeah,
They're little tiny like rockets.
yeah. They shoot out of his arm
Okay.
and they like heat sink or something. Like he
Something.
didn't even have to aim anything.
No.
And it just like killed everything.
So
He just
when
whistled.
was-
And then they flew out and did what they needed to do.
So when he was in the armor place, the secret hideout for the Mandalorians, like they talked about how they're all like still in hiding, and they can only have like they can never like be together outside of their little secret club.
Only one can leave at a time.
Yeah. And anyway, so then he goes to the bar and meets Carl Weathers and was like,
Brief.
it was,
Is his name?
this
Yeah.
was
But,
kind of
yeah,
funny.
it's
Like
Carl's. It's
Carl
Carl.
got like some huge commission because he's the one that sent the Mandalorian to
Yeah.
get Baby Yoda. So he got rich off of it, and he's like having a wonderful time and he's all happy. And then the Mandalorian's like, what's my next gig? He like immediately wants to go back to work, and Carl's like trying to talk him out of it, like just like relax, go on vacation.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah, and then he's like, just give me my job. And so he gives him another job, and then he leaves.
He has to go get a Moncal.
Yeah.
Yep. And so he's off again to a new job, and like he like as soon as he starts to fly away, something like just goes off in him, and he decides he can't leave the baby.
He gets a flashback because he was basically orphaned back.
He was orphaned.
Yeah, he was orphaned, and so Baby Yoda's an orphan too, at least in his eyes. So he couldn't leave another orphan behind, like causing.
What are you doing on your phone?
I'm just playing with the scroll.
Oh,
Jeez,
it looks
Louise.
like you're like reading a script or something.
I'm reading my notes on the episode because
Oh.
I was a good podcaster this time.
Okay.
This time.
Right.
Yeah, so he goes back and busts in, steals.
Well, he
the baby.
surveils them first to try and figure out what's going on. And he overhears
Oh, in the little
the one doctor. The doctor seems like he wants to keep
the
Baby Yoda
scientist.
alive.
Client is what they call him.
No, the Dr. Pershing guy.
No, Pershing is the...
The doctor. Ergo, Dr. Pershing.
Oh, okay.
He is the one that he's trying to convince the client to not kill Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I had their names backwards. Sorry.
So he overhears this. This will be critical in a few moments as you describe the rest of the episode.
I was gonna say that when he first comes back to the place, there's like a dumpster, and he sees Baby Yoda's little carriage
Yeah.
just thrown in there.
Yep.
It's all broken. Just throw it in there like it's nothing. So I can't explain like action scenes. He goes in, he kills everyone, he gets the baby.
He doesn't kill Pershing.
No, he
explicitly.
doesn't kill the doctor because the doctor's like, don't hurt him, don't hurt him, don't hurt him. He's just a child. So then he realizes he's not like trying to kill him or anything.
He uses whistling birds
There's
on
a
some
bunch
dudes.
of stormtroopers.
He uses a flamethrower. He melts a
Yeah, there's
stormtrooper.
like people in these really dirty old stormtrooper uniforms, and he kills a lot of them.
He sneaks around in the shadows like a ninja.
But he's holding the baby the whole time, so he's like limited in what he can do fighting wise. And then he makes it out of there with the baby. But then it shows, this was interesting. Then it shows like all of the bounty hunters, like their little beacon like things start going off again. Even Carl Weathers, and Tim was like, what did you say?
I said, incommunicado.
It's just like John Wick. So like every single bounty hunter is after the Mandalorian now.
I love John Wick so much.
Yeah.
And Mandalorian, he is John Wick right now.
Sort of.
Except for
it's like
instead of
the
a
same
puppy,
thing.
he has a Baby Yoda.
Right, that didn't die.
So they're all after him. Like everybody in the street, like every single person is after him now. And so he's fighting them all off. Even Carl Weathers is trying to talk him into just surrendering, and he isn't going to do that. So there's like a shoot off. He kills some people. But
I don't think a shoot off's a real word.
Shootout?
That's a word.
Standoff?
Those are both words.
I combine
A
them
shoot off
together.
is not a word.
Shoot.
They were both shooting
They're
off their
shooting
blasters.
each other in the street. So then,
He uses a pistol a lot in this one.
Yeah.
Very effectively, might I add.
anyway,
He disintegrates
so
a couple
he's-
people.
Yeah, he
he
does.
kills a lot of them, and then he kind of gets trapped, and his weapons aren't working anymore. And a bunch of Mandalorians just fly in. They're just come out of nowhere. Everybody that was like hiding in their little club decides that they're all going to stand together now. So they all come out and save the day. And they're holding everybody off while the Mandalorian gets in his ship with the baby. And Carl Weathers sneaks away and then tries to shoot him in the ship. And
Because the Mandalorian always leaves his...
yeah.
His door's wide
Door's
open.
open.
So the Mandalorian shoots Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers is obviously like some super important character because he didn't die. He's still alive.
You don't think he did it on purpose?
I think he did do it on purpose.
Maybe.
I think he shot him right where...
He knew the best
Because he
was.
kept the Beskar under his heart, or right in front of his heart.
Yeah.
So that is a huge Western trope,
Yeah,
by
it
the
is.
way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You get the cast iron stove Like in Back to the Future 2.
Or a Bible or some coin or...
Oh, no, Back to the Future 3.
Yes.
Sorry, I messed that up.
So, anyway, he gets away with Baby Yoda. Carl Weathers is still alive. The Mandalorians are, like, fighting everybody else off. And then when they're flying away, he gives Yoda his little ball that he wanted to play with the
Stick
first
shift
Gear
time.
shifter
He
knob.
gives it to him on purpose. And
See?
super
That wouldn't have
cute.
paid off if you didn't describe it in the beginning of the episode.
I would have described it right now.
You would have said,
I would-
oh yeah, I forgot that he gave it to him in the first scene in the episode, which I
It
could
would
have told
had
you at the beginning
same
of the
impact.
synopsis.
It would have been fine.
The Mandalorian also saw another Mandalorian.
Not just another, John Favreau.
Right, John Favreau with his jetpack. And he's
Yeah.
like, I need to get one of those.
Yeah, like every Mandalorian has one except him. Doesn't make sense.
I think he's just like a...
He's still leveling up.
Yeah, right, exactly.
He has better armor than anybody else.
He
though.
does now. He does now. I really, really liked the shootout scene where they
Shootout?
have the standoff where just like a Western, he's sitting in the middle of the road and like everybody's on the buildings and they're coming at him from all directions. I love it, specifically when he jumps into that,
Cart.
the speeder.
Oh yeah, and there's
and he
that
interacts
droid.
with the little R2
He's,
unit.
drive, and he's like, wait, and then he screams at him to drive, and then he goes. Yeah, that was good.
It was good.
It was a good one.
It was a great one. What else do we need to talk about? So the Mandalorian, is he good or bad? Now we can speculate.
Don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Don't know. He's killed a lot of people. He disintegrated a lot of Jawas.
Jawas
Only
are cute.
like 3.
Huh.
He's disintegrated like 3 Jawas.
I think he's good to the baby, but I don't necessarily think he'll be good to everyone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why does he need to be good to everyone?
He doesn't? I'm just talking about where his character is going to go. So, what do you think Baby Yoda is?
I still think it's a clone of Yoda.
How come you keep saying it's not Yoda?
I'm saying we don't know that it's Yoda.
You said that you thought he was going to just drop him off and then we were never going to see him again.
Yeah, but
I thought that was a possibility, yeah.
But even if you were to clone Yoda, the clone is not Yoda. That's like the same thing as a twin. They have a different...
It's not the same thing as a twin.
Yes, it is. It's the same thing as a biological
It
twin.
would have to be there's a specific type of twin where they have the same DNA. What are those called?
Yeah,
can't
I can't
remember.
remember what it is.
Identical.
Well,
Right, sure.
there's a more technical word.
But they can be completely different. Like, not necessarily visually, but in
Well,
their
there's-
personalities.
Sure. There's all sorts of shenanigans.
I just listened to an old NPR where there was a white bull and they got it cloned after it died, and it was like the sweetest bull ever, and then the clone was really mean
Sure.
but sort of crazy, and he like attacked the owner multiple times and put him in the hospital.
So you're saying don't clone bulls.
It's like
I'm just saying
Pet
that clones
Cemetery.
don't necessarily act the same way. Even Peter Parker, he's got clones,
That's, yeah.
and
That's
they
as-
act completely
As good
different.
a reference to how clones work as anything. Is old comic books.
Okay.
You're not going to say what you think it is? That was the question.
Hang on. Max is messing with my mic.
That's
I
what
mean,
the
it makes
box says.
most sense that it's a clone of Yoda.
That makes the most sense to you?
Because there's never been another member of that species in any other Star Wars.
Yeah, there has.
There has? I thought they didn't even know what the species was called.
They don't. But what was her name?
Yaddle.
Yaddle. Yeah.
What was that in?
Phantom Menace.
I don't know, but isn't the I read that it was probably a clone because of the people that are after.
What do you
her.
think?
It makes sense that it would
I
be a
mean,
clone.
it makes sense it would be a clone because he has the force powers. It's okay.
So you think that the force powers is tied to your DNA and not the will of the force
It's the midichlorians.
Yes.
That's
the
what they're
midichlorians
trying to extract.
are attracted to you? You think they're trying to extract midichlorians?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think they are, but I think Yoda is. I think that Yoda is the embodiment of the Force come alive.
The new
What?
baby Yoda.
Yeah,
Okay.
What do you mean?
Not the old dead Yoda.
right. I mean, he showed up. I think he's just like a reincarnated Yoda, not a clone.
But he got reincarnated before Yoda died. Is what you're saying. He's 50 years old. Yoda died roughly 3 years ago.
Oh, okay. No, because I thought it was 5 years between Empire and Jedi.
Whatever you want to... You're still a whole order of magnitude off.
Okay. So the Kaminoans would have had to have done it.
Correct.
Aw, Max is such a good boy. Okay, I guess we're losing our third member here.
What do you want, Max?
Huh? Oh, she's talking to Max. Okay, I guess it's just
We didn't
you.
rate it. She needs to rate the episode.
You gotta rate the
Oh, man.
garbage podcast.
It's okay.
All right, I'm gonna rate it. I liked this one a ton. 9.5.
I think this would have been a 9 if they would not have done the Rocket Man Mandalorian
At the end,
at the end. So I have to go into the 8s.
it did really look like Rocket Man.
8.6.
8.6. All right.
It was
Cool.
good.
I love John Wick. I love John Wick so much, and The Mandalorian is John Wick right now. So I was kind of surprised the next episode's coming out the day after Thanksgiving. I kind of was thinking
Why?
they would do it on...
Comes out
a
on
different day.
Fridays.
I know, but I still thought it would come out a different day. Because of the holiday.
Why would that change anything?
I don't know. It's changing for Apple TV.
That's because Apple's stupid.
Apple takes Thanksgiving and day after Thanksgiving off.
So what?
Well, I
Are
think
they
that's-
producing the episodes like just in time delivery?
Well, I mean, they still have to have people working for like
No.
tech support.
No, they don't. Those tech support people, they already are working. Regardless of the fact of whether they're releasing a new television episode.
Yeah.
That stuff's all in the can, ready to just timed opening.
All right. Letters. We got 3 more letters.
2 more.
I'm going to read this one, though. This one's called The Mandalorian. It's from Drew.
Oh, yeah.
He says, SWNU crew, so there was supposed to be something shocking revealed in the first episode of The Mandalorian. Was there? And you replied to him via email.
Yeah.
And you said,
The whole little Yoda was the shocking reveal.
yeah, it was Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
This one is from Angry Farmer. It says, hey guys, I'm really enjoying The Mandalorian. As many others have said, this feels like Star Wars. What I like most is that the development of the characters. From the very start, we have strong characters and the development grows with each chapter. The previous Disney Star Wars stories have been, here are some people in this universe. You don't know anything about them and their character really doesn't develop. One point that does seem a little odd is that the series feels like a video game. Yeah, I said that too. You go on an adventure, win some reward, upgrade your equipment with the reward, and back out for another adventure. Rinse and repeat. Like Dungeons and Dragons too. These are good adventures and I'm enjoying them, but this is how it feels. I don't think there's a but there. Like I would say, and this is how it feels.
Yeah, I disagree with most of his criticisms and plaudits.
He's not really criticizing it. He just says it's odd.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
I
It
like
says it's a
that
little odd.
feel. I like the whole
Well,
level up
it's-
concept.
So there is
underdog getting better.
There was a television program that was on CBS a few years ago called Person of Interest. And it's similar in that you have like your adventure of the week. This one's a little more serialized. I mean,
Yeah.
it's completely serialized.
It's like Buffy.
Buffy wasn't serialized, was it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
But still had
But
the
they still
adventure
have
of the week.
monster of the week. Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's a well-worn TV style.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think it's that odd at all
Do you
that they're making a TV show that's like a TV show.
What do you think about them releasing it on a weekly schedule?
I'm fine with it.
I think it kind of is good for building excitement, and I think it makes it last longer.
Well, it definitely makes it last longer. But I don't think
they're
it...
like only 20 minutes. You would have watched the whole season.
Yeah, the whole series in 3
day.
hours. I don't think it makes it worse or better. Like, when Stranger Things comes out, you can watch 3 or 4 episodes and watch 3 or 4 the next day, and I don't think...
I think that...
they're definitely milking it.
Yeah, I think that's good, though. I mean, I think it's successful for them.
I think it's successful as well. I don't know that it's good or bad.
Hey, Max. Dude. Shh. We're recording the podcast. You have to be quiet. This one's from T-Dog. He says...
No, you didn't finish his email.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We continue to inch closer... This is Angry Farmer still. We continue to inch closer to the Rise of Skywalker. I have heard a lot of rumors about the plot. I hope they are wrong and that this is just rumor. May the Force be with you. Angry Farmer out. I've heard lots of rumors too, but...
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Other than you should not go into the movie with a... If the movie's this way, I'm going to hate it. Like, don't go into the movie that way.
Yeah.
Go in with an open mind.
I'm ready for them to tell me the story.
You're just setting yourself up for being an angry farmer.
When clone adolescent Yoda shows
when
up.
clone Yoda, baby Yoda shows up to save the day.
This one's from T-Dog. He says, Happy Thanksgiving. Just wanted to say Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. I'm very thankful for you all finding the time and dedication to keep on podcasting and entertaining us all. Hopefully you'll enjoy great food and family, especially after crushing my Lions.
They're on their 3rd string quarterback when we play them tomorrow or Thursday.
The Lions are, or we are?
I do hope we crush the Lions.
For those who don't know, Thanksgiving is a holiday in which we all celebrate the genocide of the Native Americans by the European invaders.
I think of it...
And we watch football.
And we watch football.
I think of it more as a day to eat good food and watch football all day and just chill.
It's just funny how... I mean, all holidays are just appropriated from other things, but this one's appropriated from genocide.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Way to bring us right down to reality. So T-Dog was actually being, like, mean when he was saying Happy Thanksgiving. Got it.
He wasn't
being mean.
What?
Okay.
He's trying to get into her good graces.
Oh, good luck with that.
What are you talking about?
You figure that out, let me know.
I missed something.
All right.
There's nothing to miss.
That's all the letters. Jenny's back just in time to end the podcast.
What's your rating for the
what's your
episode?
rating on the episode?
This one was better. 8.5.
All right.
I really like this one. And I think it does make the most sense that Yoda is a clone. Baby Yoda is a clone of Yoda.
Okay. It can't just be another one of the same species.
No, because why would they need him so bad? And why would they be studying him? Why would they be trying to extract things from his brain?
Maybe that particular species is very strong in the Force.
Maybe.
And that's why
we don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's just Yoda.
All right. That was the podcast for the night. We're everywhere on the internet. Find us all those places. Rate us, review us. Tell your friends about us. Remind them that we still exist and that we still podcast. And we're slightly more regular now. So cheers to that, eh?
That's a wonderful slogan.
Yep.
Logan.
We're slightly more regular.
Yeah, slightly more regular.
That's it. May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.
Did you hear that? We're doomed.
This podcast is a part of the Benview Network.
You can find this and other podcasts like it at benviewnetwork.com.
Hello.
Hello.